everyone, it's Lindsay here, and today we're going to be doing a really gentle, grounding, and also heart-opening, relaxing yoga flow. This is going to be a short practice that's going to be great for you to work with at night. Anytime you're wanting to de-stress, ground, drop into your heart, and just call in the peace and calm, this is going to be a great little practice for you to work with. So grab your mats, get your yoga pants on, get any props you need, and welcome to class. We're going to begin in child's pose. So go ahead and find yourself a child's pose. A wide-legged child's pose might be really nice here. You're going to bring those toes together, let those knees come about almost mat width apart, and just pushing yourself back. Pushing yourself back into your child's pose. And really just allow yourself to start to surrender. Now I'm going to come up so you guys can hear me, but go ahead and hold that child's pose. Really begin to find your breath. Walk those hands out long. You can even bend those elbows and bring those hands to prayer behind your neck, which might feel really nice, letting the thumbs rest gently towards the back of the neck. And just allow yourself to begin to surrender here. Allow yourself to connect with your breath. Allow yourself to just really ground in. Breathing in deeply. Yes, when the stomach is down like that, it can be more challenging to get the breath into the belly, but that's okay. Just breathe where you can. It's all about intention here, right? So finding that intention, maybe even shifting a bit from side to side to just get into those hips a little bit. You can do that. Just finding your breath. Breathing into those hips, breathing into that lower back, breathing into the upper back. Really feeling the breath with each inhale as it travels down your spine, filling up your belly, filling up your lungs, expanding into the back of your lungs. And as you exhale out, maybe sinking just a little bit deeper into that child's pose. Giving yourself permission to just surrender. Child's pose is one of the ultimate poses of surrender. So really just giving yourself permission to relax into this moment, to surrender into this moment, to just take this moment, maybe thinking consciously for a moment before we do begin our gentle movement. If there's anything you're wanting to release, anything that you're done with, just envisioning that as you exhale and sink more deeply into your child's pose, whatever you're releasing is leaving your field, it's leaving your body. Just taking 3 more breaths here, really making them count, finding that nice Ujjayi breath, breathing in, constricting the back of the throat, making that nice wave sound as you exhale. Signaling the body that it's okay to relax, stimulating the vagus nerve. Letting all the stress and the anxiety melt away. Just taking this time that you have on your mat for you. 1 more breath here. Now let's go ahead and make our way up, not all the way, right? So keeping those knees about hip width apart, you're gonna go ahead and walk those hands forward, coming into puppy dog pose. Now bottom is still high, right? We want our bottom reaching towards the sky. We want to sink into our puppy dog pose. Letting that chest and that forehead come towards the ground. Breathing into the shoulders, breathing into the back, into the chest, opening up the heart. Another pose of surrender. Finding your breath right here, connecting with the earth. Connecting with the ground, creating space. On your next inhale, let's go ahead and make our way up to tabletop. So walking those hands and legs in, looking for that nice alignment, wrists, elbows, and shoulders. Knees are about hip width apart. Fingers are spread wide. We're gonna move into some cats and cows, finding our breath, matching movement with breath. So on the inhale, we're tipping up. for our cow, and on the exhale, rounding it out and pushing the ground away. Inhale for cow. Exhaling into our cat. Finding a flow that works for you. Nice long, slow inhales and exhales, maybe even rocking a bit from side to side, wagging that tail. Breathing in wherever you feel like you need it. Just continuing through a few more rounds of cats and cows at your pace. Beautiful. Coming back to stillness at center. Let's go ahead and kick that right leg out behind us. Just pushing back. We're not lifting it up. Nice and gentle. Letting the toes rest on the floor. Pushing back into it. Opening up the back of the leg. All through the calf and the hamstrings. Breathing into it. And release. Then going ahead and doing the other leg, so bringing our left leg back, breathing in, nice straight line. Just breathing into that calf and that left hamstring. Beautiful, releasing. Let's go ahead and walk those knees out wide again, sinking down into our puppy dog. Walking out our hands, letting that chest reach, letting that back arch, of course being mindful of our lower back, our neck. Using our breath to sink us more deeply into our pose. Releasing the shoulders consciously with each inhale, feeling them relax and release. Beautiful. Walking those hands back. Coming up. Let's now make our way into, let's open our hearts a little bit with camel. So you can use a block here. Great place for a block or a support if you need it. But we're going to ease our way into it. I personally like to keep my toes on the ground and my heels up so I can reach for my heels. But we're going to start by just opening up the chest here. Hands are supporting on the lower back, elbows reaching behind us. Breathing into the chest, maybe looking lightly up to open the throat. And then if it feels okay, you're going to begin to lean back a bit. Coming back. And then if you want to lean back again, now this time reaching the right hand down for the heel. Left arm can reach for the sky if that feels okay. Supporting our neck, being mindful. Mindful of our lower back. Strong core. And release. Again, supporting. Coming to do the other side now. Reaching the left hand down. Right to the sky. And releasing. And then if we want to go for full expression, can untuck the toes or keep them tucked. We're going to just go, being mindful of our lower back, reaching up, being mindful of our neck, opening the shoulders, opening the heart, breathing into the front body. Nice strong quads and thighs. Beautiful. And release. Go ahead and push back into your wide-legged child's pose. Sinking down with your exhale. Finding that nice rhythm of breath, breathing in, sinking just a bit deeper, breathing in, sinking a bit deeper. Now let's go ahead and walk those hands over to the right, just to breathe into that left side body for a moment. And then coming back to center. And over to the left, breathing into that right side body for a moment. Beautiful. Coming back to center on the inhale. Drawing our way up. Coming into tabletop. We're going to go ahead and thread the needle to open up our shoulders a little bit. So finding that nice flat back. Inhale, right hand to the sky. Exhale, you're going to weave it through, letting your ear come down to the floor. Walking that left arm out long, or going for the bind if you want to take it just a bit deeper. And just finding your breath here. Feeling yourself ground, feeling the support of the earth beneath you. Unwinding if you're bound. Planting the palm, opening back up. Coming back down to our tabletop to do the other side. I'm going to inhale, left arm to the sky. Exhale. Winding it through. Walking the hand out. And then if you bound on the other side, go ahead and bind on this side if that feels okay. And again, just holding there, finding your breath, breathing into the pose. Breathing into the stretch in your trap and shoulder, wherever you may feel it. Just enjoying the stretch. One more breath here. Now you're going to go ahead and plant that hand, unwind, opening back up, coming back to center. I'm going to go ahead and turn so you can see me. We're going to come into gate pose. We're making our way to high kneeling, high heroes pose in a way. Let's go ahead and kick our right leg out. Inhale, sitting up tall. And on our exhale, let's just fold over this way for a moment. Let's flow. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, going out long for like a side plank, a supported side plank. Inhale, sweeping back up. Just breathing into that left side body. Beautiful. Inhale, coming back to center. Go ahead and just make your way down. Kick that other right leg around. And let's bring our left foot out to the other side. Sitting up tall, lengthening the spine. Inhale, sweeping. Lengthening. On the exhale, folding over our left leg. Flowing for a moment. Inhale, center. Exhale, reaching out for our supported side plank. Inhale, core strength coming back up. Exhaling, folding over. Just being mindful of our knee so the hand can be on thigh, on hip, wrapped around. Inhale, sweeping back up. Let's just spiral those hands down. We're going to take a slow flow here. So kicking back into plank or modified. If you want to have your knees down, that's okay too. Strong plank, firing up the core. Holding our plank, nice and slow. On the inhale, we're going to shift forward. Now you can drop your knees if you need the support in chaturanga. We're going to tuck the elbows. If you're dropping your knees, it's going to look like this. And then we're going to come into our Sphinx, letting those forearms rest on the ground. Breathing into the heart, breathing into the chest, maybe looking lightly up if that feels okay on your neck to open up the throat. Relaxing the glutes and the hamstrings and the lower back. Just holding your Sphinx here for 5 nice deep breaths. Nice Ujjayi breaths. Breathing in. Exhaling out. Finding that nice wave sound, calming the nervous system. Relaxing the brain. 2 more breaths. Go ahead and release. Let's bring those hands underneath. Let your cheek rest gently on your hands or your forehead. Kick those feet up. Windshield wiper from side to side, letting the lower back release. Finding your breath. Releasing the legs down. We're going to plant our hands, push back into our downward facing dog. Probably the only one we're going to do in this flow. So finding your down dog, pushing the ground away, finding that alignment. Maybe walking out your dog, walking out the back of those legs, pedaling your feet. Finding your stillness, center, drawing shoulders away from the ears, shaking the head yes or no. Inhale, we're gonna sweep that right leg up to the sky. Let's open up, right? Squaring our shoulders, but opening up our hip. Inhale, straighten, and on the exhale, we're gonna sweep that leg through, kicking our foot around to come into our pigeon. Now, if pigeon isn't for you, reverse reclining pigeon is always an option. So if you want to recline, you're going to come to your back, bring your right knee over your left, your right foot over your left knee, and draw your knee in towards your nose. If you're doing full pigeon here, you're going to open up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Find stillness. Find your breath. You guys hold that if you're in full pigeon. I'm going to show you reclining pigeon if you want to do that. So if reclining pigeon is more of your style, go ahead and just open up that right hip. Then if it feels okay, you're going to begin to draw that left knee in towards your nose, reaching through your legs for your thigh or your shin. Maybe rocking a bit from side to side right here. Whichever version of pigeon is for you. It's perfect. This is your practice. And as always, I encourage you to listen to your body, finding the versions of the poses that work best for you. 4 more breaths there in your pigeon. Finding that Ujjayi breath. Feeling the ground beneath you, connecting to the earth. Opening your root, opening your heart. Inhale, let's plant those hands, sitting up tall, making our way up. And if you're in reclining pigeon, you're just gonna go ahead and switch legs and do the other side. If you're in full pigeon and you want to do the other side, you're gonna tuck that back leg, kick that right one around, push back into your down dog. Now, if you were in reclining pigeon and you wanna open up the other hip in 3-legged dog, go ahead and come into down dog with us. We're gonna inhale, left leg to the sky, squaring the shoulders, opening the hip, reaching, breathing. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sweeping the left leg through and dropping down into our pigeon on this side. Those of you that are in reclining pigeon, go ahead and spin around, and if you did your 3-legged dog, you can come into your reclining pigeon now. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, folding. Finding stillness here, finding your breath, allowing the breath to open that hip up. Allowing your breath to clear space, releasing your hips, maybe dropping you more deeply into the stretch. Three more breaths right here. Finding surrender, finding stillness. Inhale, plant those palms, opening up the chest, looking lightly up. And then go ahead and just sit on that bottom, kick that leg around. And those of you that did reclining pigeon can join me now in a seat. So a couple options here now. You can either take an easy seated pose, just cross-legged, or you can come and do fire log with me. So if you're feeling fire log, you're gonna bring your shin out in more of a 90-degree angle. So it's further away. We'll do left on the bottom first. Turn this way so you can see me. So you can see that I have my legs stacked here. If your knee isn't quite making it down, you can use a block here to help your hip release, or a pillow. You're gonna sit up tall And if you're in easy seat, that's okay. You're still gonna sit up tall with us. And then we're all gonna begin to fold forward. And just being where you are. Now, if it feels okay here, you can grab a block and walk your hands out long. For those of you in easy seat or fire log, both ways. Walking your hands out long if that feels all right. Just breathing into that hip. Surrender. Using your breath. Inhale, bringing in prana. Exhale, releasing, relaxing. Beautiful. Walking our hands back. Now, if you're in easy seat, you're going to go ahead and just switch legs, whatever one you had in front, put the other one. If you're in fire log with me, we're going to go ahead and put right on the bottom this time, stacking left on the top. Inhale, sitting up tall. Exhale, beginning to fold. So inhale, lengthening, exhale, folding. Folding at the waist. Walking those hands out if that feels okay. Using our breath again to assist us. Beautiful. Walking our hands back, coming up to seat. Let's go ahead and straighten those legs out. Feet are flexed, toes pointing at the ceiling. Inhale, let's sit up tall. Exhale, we're gonna fold forward, reaching for our toes. If we don't make it, that's okay. You can reach for your shins, hands can rest on the ground. Looking to really lengthen on your inhale and fold on your exhale, right? Folding here at the waist, not in our lower back. So it's better to be further up and sitting up straight and folding at the waist than it is to be trying to get all the way down and bending into our back, right? To do it properly. And again, just noticing, using your breath, right? As you inhale, lengthen, and as you exhale, maybe you fold just a little bit deeper. Beautiful, walking our hands back, coming up to seated. Let's go ahead and take our right leg, crossing it over our left. We're gonna come into a twist. So inhale, sitting up tall. As we exhale, we're gonna turn to the right and begin to twist. Left arm is going to either wrap around the knee or come inside of the knee to take us a little deeper. Looking over the right shoulder if that feels okay, being mindful of the neck. Again, inhale, lengthening, exhale, twisting. Anchoring in those sit bones, anchoring in that root. And release. Go ahead and unwind the leg, bringing our left knee in this time, crossing it over right. Inhale, sitting up tall. Exhale, beginning to twist, wrapping right arm around the knee or bringing it to the inside of the thigh to go a little deeper. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, twisting. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and release. Now let's make our way down to the ground. So scooting a little forward, feet are going to rest gently on the floor. We're going to roll down using our core. When we make it down to the ground, go ahead and hug those knees in, maybe rocking a bit from side to side. Maybe letting the knees draw circles on the ceilings. They could be small, they could be large. Going in both directions, if you're drawing circles with me. All right, let's let those feet come to the ground here, about hip width apart. We're gonna come into our bridge. So for our first bridge, go ahead and let those hands rest down by your sides. On your inhale, you're gonna lift those hips, pushing up, opening up, Now you can stay right here, or you can go ahead and begin to walk those hands in, tucking the shoulders under for additional heart opening, being mindful that you're not putting a bunch of weight on your neck. Inhale, breathing into those hips, that pelvis, the heart. Pushing. One more breath. And exhale, releasing. Hugging the knees in again, releasing the lower back. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and kick those feet up for legs up the wall. This is one of my favorite poses for relaxation and stress relief. Not only are we assisting gravity with letting the blood and lymph and fluids run down, reverse gravity, but we're also letting energy move, right? As we're stretching and twisting and getting into our hips and our shoulders, we want to be able to move the energy of our body. And this is just a great pose for giving our body a little boost so that some fresh blood and lymph and energy can make it all the way down to our toes when we straighten back up. Maybe pointing and flexing the feet. Now you're gonna go ahead and draw that right knee in towards your chest, hugging it in. Left knee is gonna go long. We're gonna do a bit of a pump that works on the lymphatic system. So matching movement with breath, right? Inhale, we're gonna switch. Exhale, we're gonna pull the left knee in. Inhale, switch. Exhale, right knee in. Inhale, switch. One more, this time we're gonna hold, coming to the right as we exhale, breathing in here. Giving our lymph and our digestive system a nice massage, calming the body. Finding that Ujjayi breath. And switch. Drawing the left knee in on the exhale, breathing into this side. Crow just came to visit us. How lovely. Finding that breath. And release. Let's go ahead and take our twist. Another great pose for just releasing and for grounding and for stress. Go ahead and hug those knees in. On the exhale, we're going to drop them over to the left. Arms are going to come out to a T, looking over the right shoulder if that feels okay. If you want to take it a little deeper, you can reach that right top leg out, reach for the toes. Just finding stillness here in our twist. Finding the breath. Coming back to that Ujjayi breath. Wringing out our spine, wringing out our main energy channel, the Sushumna Nadi, which runs along our spine. Twists are great for just giving that a boost. Releasing that toe if you've got it. Bringing knees back to center. Scoot those hips to center. And go ahead and drop the knees over to the right. Again, looking over the left shoulder, arms out to a T. Straightening out that left leg if that feels okay, reaching for the toes. Just finding your peace, finding your stillness. Feeling the ground beneath you. Noticing that as you breathe, maybe your body relaxes, increment by increment. And releasing the foot if you've got it. Coming back into center. Go ahead and hug those knees in. Let's come into a butterfly. So bringing toes, feet together. Knees coming out wide, reaching for the feet or the shins or the knees. Pulling the knees in, maybe rocking a bit from side to side. creating some space in your neck, drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Now turning this butterfly into a happy baby. So hands can either reach for the knees, the shins, the inside of the feet, the toes. You guys have options, the outside of the feet. Drawing knees in, letting the back be flat, pulling the shoulders away from the ears and neck. Rocking, maybe extending your legs. That can feel really nice. It's your happy baby. Just finding a version of it that feels good for you in this moment. Coming back into that reclining bound angle. Butterfly. Opening up those inner thighs, maybe drawing the knees in. Go ahead and release those legs. Give yourself one more big squeeze around. Nice big squeeze. Rocking a bit, wringing it all out. And then go ahead and release to come into your Shavasana. Now feet can be long. You can do that reclining butterfly here as well, which is really nice sometimes. Hands resting gently by your sides. Let your eyes drift close or take a nice soft gaze. Finding that Ujjayi breath for just a few more rounds, signaling yourself it's okay to relax. Relaxing into your glutes, your back. Feeling your face relax, letting the tension melt away out of your face, releasing your jaw. Taking the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Inviting in relaxation. Inviting in stillness. Feeling that relaxation travel down through your legs to your feet. As your breathing returns to normal, and you just allow yourself to drift away in your Shavasana. Taking our last few moments together here to just be in stillness. Now I highly encourage you here to just allow yourself to remain in Shavasana for as long as you will, finding your breath, just breathing, just being, letting the video come to an end, allowing yourself to stay in stillness, inviting in beautiful blessings, stillness, the energy of the earth beneath you, connecting with your heart as you enjoy your Shavasana.